How can GACD researchers help Indians reduce their dangerously high salt intake? Incidents of heart disease are on the rise in India, and salt intake is one of the leading risk factors in this.
I think there is evidence now that Indians consume far more salt than required, and we need to reduce it over a period of time.
To help develop a salt reduction program, GACD researchers are documenting where the Indian population gets their salt. Manju Sharma is part of the research team. She's collecting data from people living in slum areas around Delhi.
Namaste. Kaise hain?
Today she's visiting Sarita, her husband, and their 2 children. Sarita's husband has dangerously high blood pressure.
मैं मशीन ऑन कर रही हूँ, ये हवा भरेगा तो थोड़ा सा दबाव पड़ेगा, उससे आप घबराइएगा नहीं, 2 सेकंड के बाद। कोई दवाई वगैरह लेते हैं क्या बीपी के?
तो मैम कल से ही निकल दवाई लेता हूँ।
अच्छा। और जैसे आजकल बहुत ज़्यादा जैसे डिजीज़ वगैरह जैसे बीमारियाँ ज़्यादा बहुत ज़्यादा फैल रही है, शुगर की, बीपी की, ये सब चीज़ों की, तो ये सारी चीज़ें आपके खान पान से भी रिलेटेड होता है, जो आप पूरे दिन में जो खाते हो।
Sarita and her husband are 2 out of more than 1,000 participants taking part in the research. For 24 hours, they collect all their urine in a container and note down exactly what they eat.
तो आपको पता है कि 24 घंटे का जो हम पेशाब ले रहे हैं वो किस लिए ले रहे हैं, ठीक है? ये हम देखना चाह रहे हैं जैसे कि आप जो पूरे दिन में।
By analysing the urine and the surveys, researchers find the participants' precise salt consumption and where that salt comes from. This was done for people living in rural, slum and city areas across the country, and the results will play an important role in a new national salt reduction program.
So we found that the population that we surveyed was consuming double the amount of salt that is currently recommended by the World Health Organization. Most of the salt comes from food made at the homes. The poor were consuming more salt compared to the rich, and the consumption was more among males.
To make sure the findings help formulate effective salt reduction interventions, the research team strategically worked with policymakers from the outset.
We are in that stage where the research has been done, and now we have started engaging with the policymakers in a more structured manner. We were already there with them from the day one, but now we have that evidence to go back to them on a repeated basis.
Indian food authorities are starting to build comprehensive salt reduction interventions.
The government of India has set a target of 30% reduction over the next 5 years, and now we are working out details how can we achieve that target. On one hand, we are working with the food businesses. On the other hand, we have to work with the families, with citizens, so that they can reduce consumption of salt.
Find out more about this GACD funded project and how it's impacting policy at gacd.org.